Oh man, what a great, relaxing, smooth song. That's something you fall asleep to, right? That's something you just relax to. You put your headphones in and you knock out whatever you got to knock out. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. This is the ENS Update Show. We are at the end of the week. Let's give a round of applause for making it to the end of the week. This is what, week 16, maybe? I don't even know at this point. I'm not counting, but we've been consistent. We've been doing this thing. We've been showing up for the community, and we're gonna keep on showing up for the community. Right? This is what it's all about. I keep showing up because you guys keep showing up. And if you guys weren't showing up, guess what? I wouldn't show up because I wouldn't be in the room speaking to myself. So deep gratitude and appreciation for all of you guys for believing in me, believing in the other speakers and the hosts, and finding value in this thing. I guess for me, I want to kick it off with primarily starting with Yahoo. This is the second day back to back. Yahoo Finance has made an article about ENS. That is big news, right? That is pretty big news because somebody in that department, I don't know if it's an intern, I don't know if it's somebody they just hired, but somebody in that department is saying, "Hey, this is going to bring us some attention." They noticed it. They're probably on crypto Twitter, and they said, "Hey, this is going to bring us some attention. Let's crank out some content around ENS in particular." And the first article is basically explaining what ENS is, or how we replace the .com. And the second article is about how to set up your ENS. How to set up, how to get a .eth domain. I think that is big news for where we're going, for where we are. Right? At first, it happens slow, and it'll be all at once. So once we start seeing major brands and major corporations like Yahoo coming into the game and speaking about this mainstream, because Yahoo is a mainstream outlet, right? They're not big as they used to be, but they're still a pretty credible source when they tweet or speak about a topic or subject. So that makes me a little bullish. That makes me happy. That shows me that we're going in the right direction. And the last thing I want to say, man, that video yesterday really stuck out to me, or the day before yesterday. Find out where the world is going and get there first, and you'll be a very wealthy man, aka. But with that being said, good morning, y'all. I want to pass the mic over to the NFT verse. How you doing, brother?
GM, can everybody hear me okay? Just want to make sure connecting in good. Kev,
Yes,
can you hear
sir.
me
Yes.
okay? Well, good morning to 5159, the host. Thank you, man. 16 weeks, man. Goodness gracious, man. That's amazing, man. That's amazing consistency from, where we came from, that those early stage, um, the early stage, Twitter spaces to where we're at today. So much knowledge and education that has been dropped along the way. It's amazing just to kind of think back, and we're just getting started. So that's what makes it even more beautiful. Just to kind of talk about the Yahoo thing, man, real quick, man. It's interesting. Like you said, they must have somebody in the inside that's paying attention to what's going on out here in Twitter world, um, because if they're smart, they will grab a hold of this community, maybe go ahead and get their .eth and carve out their Web3 media. Um, from from the Yahoo perspective, they're already known. Everybody knows them. If I was in their office, I'd get my Yahoo.eth and I'd start building Web3 media. And then I would focus. I would channel in my focus on ENS because that is the biggest community. And everything that happens after that will follow. If I was them, I'm just saying, if I was in their office, that's how I would spearhead uh, this particular entry into Web3 for their company. Uh, I see Gary's here. Gary, I see ENS Punks. Kenzie's here, crypto reporter. Man, thank you guys for showing up. Thank everybody. Thank the whole entire community. Jim, to the whole entire community for showing up. Today's Friday, and you know what it is. My brain is starting to turn off as we speak. I may not be able to give you much information today. It's in shutdown mode. I'll tell you that. It hadn't even restarted. It's in shutdown mode. So I hopefully I'm able to be able to have some additional knowledge and education today on the space. I look forward to the discussion. I can't wait to hear what everybody has planned for this Friday and what they've come across this week in the ENS community. Thank you, Kev. Appreciate it.
Thank you, man. And when you say if you were Yahoo, if you were them, it makes me think, man, all these companies have to do, right? And I hope somebody from one of these companies is in this space right now, because I'm gonna give you guys some major alpha. All you have to do is hop on a couple of ENS spaces and hire those speakers as consultants, and they'll literally lay out a whole Web3 plan for you, right? Because we're talking about this every day. We go into any of those corporate offices, they'll look at us like we're Albert Einstein or something. They'll look at us with googly eyes. They'll be in absolute disbelief about the strategy and the approach that we could take their business in. But a lot of them aren't thinking like that yet. But if you guys wanted to get a job in Web3, a lot of the speakers here, especially you NFT verse, if you wanted to get a job in Web3 or be a consultant or whatever it is, man, go seek the opportunity, man. There's going to be a huge opportunity for corporations and for DJs to collaborate, what I feel like, within the next 12 to 24, 36 months, actually, right? Because the corporations want the pool, the reach, and the knowledge that the DJs have, and the DJs could benefit for the fat corporate checks that that they're willing to lay on the table. But with that being said, Gary Palmer Jr., good morning, man. How you doing, brother?
Doing good, doing great. Super excited for another day. The sun is shining, the grass is green, and I don't know if you know this or not, but there's a lot of really good ENS names available. Not that you should overextend or over leverage or anything like that, but yeah, it's a little bit of addicting just to think about the future and to sort of stand back for a second and recognize that we're living the future. We're creating history. We were there, right? 20 years from now, the great reflection. We were there. We were a part of this. We were building. We were creating. And you're going to look back and it might be that you think, wow, I could have done more or I should have done more. And a lot of people think that they have to give 100%. And I think that's a little bit of a myth. You don't have to give 100%. You just have to give 1%, but you have to do it every day. Just 1% every day. And you're going to be able to create the habits and create the sort of runway for you to build your knowledge and for you to build, new pathways of thinking and doing. Yeah, beyond all that, we just got to participate more and learn more. There's, interesting news with Pinata. Pinata just reduced the services that they're offering people on their free tier plan, and it limits people on the free side a lot more. And on the Pinata side, Pinata, they're a company. They're trying to make money. They're spending money on people and resources and technology, and yeah, they're trying to get paid too. And so a lot of people using Pinata free services, but it's not just about using free services on Pinata. Maybe it's about running your own IPFS node, and then not only running your own IPFS node, but then knowing which websites you want to pin. Because the internet that we have now, you just log into the website and the website exists. And the reason it exists is because someone's paying for, that website to exist. And if they're, and we could have had a different internet where they were able to, pay extra money and their website would load faster, and you don't pay extra money and your website would load slower. And we're Web3 is and where IPFS is that if you like a website, then you have to sort of know about that website and bookmark it, or as we call it, pin it. And then by you pinning it, you're taking, that hash file and you're, if you have your own node or whatever, wherever you're pinning it, you're saying, hey, keep a copy of this file fresh. So if I or anybody's looking for this file, they're going to be able to easily find it. And, and if we're all participating, or if a lot of us are participating and we're running our own nodes and we're pinning websites that we feel are important, then we're helping making, those websites accessible. And, maybe that makes you feel warm and fuzzy inside, like you're doing something, but it should, because you actually are. Because literally, if everybody stopped pinning all these IPFS websites, and if people stopped pinning all these IPFS images and NFTs, they literally wouldn't exist anymore, because like everyone would just, like, the servers would just like ignore them for something else, right? And so this is just one piece of the technology that's related to the ENS ecosystem, and it's just about learning new pieces of information and then participating where we can. So super excited for learning new stuff, and super excited to be sharing with everybody in this room and hanging out and learning with the best and that we have in ENS. Thanks.
Thank you. We'll keep it moving right along. Gary Palmer Jr. always dropping some gems, man. That is phenomenal. Guys, it's Friday. It's Friday. You get what I'm saying? My mind is a little out of it right now. So you guys are gonna have to carry this ship. Man, Master, welcome back. Master, welcome back. Master was traveling for work. He said he might not be able to make it today, and he's here. Master, what's up? Are you good? Are you good to speak?
Hey, good morning, guys. Sorry, I'm on a busy travel and I drink too much. In China, we have a culture. So when I get to a new location, so we must drink till we vomit, something like that. So I'm really not feeling good, but I hope I can make this, at least say something. Yeah, I really don't want to make this culture stop anyway. And yeah, I hope. Uh, right now we have all the D webs and all those associations, to be familiar with most of the guys. So previously we only know ENS is associating to the wallet address, but moving forward there will be more and more Web3 projects, because I think I pinned a Twitter earlier that focus on the IPFS content association on the ENS, which is boosting, and that pumping number means the real deal, because all the maybe the biddings and sales is only for speculation, but the DWeb, the IPFS content, is the real deal. And yeah, that's all my point. Just have a little bit more faith on that. We need patience. We don't want to sell our names to the floor, but we want to sell our names to the true lover. That's the spirit. And if you want to do that, maybe you associate your ENS to some of the IPFS content, which makes more sense. And you must believe in it till you can sell it to someone else. So yeah, I believe it's just a matter of time. I'm sorry I cannot share too much because I'm over drunk. In China we call it baijiu, the alcohol, which is very strong. I'm really sorry I'm not in good status today, but happy to still able to make today's space. Thanks much, you guys. I can't talk much more, otherwise you will feel very bad of me. Anyways.
All good, Master. All good, man. We gonna have to NFT verse. We're gonna have to incorporate that in the ENS happy hour. Drink until you throw up is the new way to go. Is the new model to go. Man, I haven't done that since my college days, Master. So definitely enjoy. Have fun with that, bro.
Kev, I need to make this disclaimer. I no way in any shape or form promote any alcoholic beverages or anything like that, smoking stuff or anything. I don't promote that at the ENS happy hour. Everybody's grown adults, and they choose what they want to do in the ENS happy hour. And I'll just leave it at that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, let's keep the show moving right along, Master. Thank you for popping in, brother. Enjoy your travels. Enjoy your time with your colleagues, and we'll be here, brother. Yeah. So let's go ahead. I think ENS Academy was next. ENS Academy, the stage is yours, man.
Good morning. Thank you, Kev. Thank you for letting us announce our forum on the morning show. I'm going to go ahead and pin the tweet from yesterday. We went ahead and finally launched this project we've been working on for a while. And it's a forum that will be for everything ENS. The forum will be a central place for key people and companies in the ENS space, the people that are moving the industry forward. So imagine, ENS Vision having a post where everything ENS Vision is discussed on there, and they respond to you directly. Um, and not just tools. We have pioneers posting insights that usually you would read in a thread, but then it would be forgotten or buried. So the forum will give us a lot of features that will make the content easily searchable. You can follow your favorite ENS expert or influencer. There's categories for whatever niche that you're into with ENS. We're not all in it for the same thing. Some people are building websites, some people want to sell, some people are in it for the clubs and the identity. So we figured we needed a place to host all that content for the community. So that's really all it. Please check us out. You can register for an account. You don't have to register to enjoy the content, but if you register as a member, you'll be able to reply, and if you want to contribute content, you can register as a content contributor. There's like a little drop down where you pick the registration type, and we would love to have you create content for the community. And I think this is a great way for all the content creators to also be found and have their content in one place that's focused on ENS. So that's all. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, just want to add a couple things. First, thanks, Kev, for giving us the opportunity to announce this. Uh, Basically, I think of it as like your one-stop shop for everything related to ENS, like an opportunity to accelerate learning by having all of the, or as much of the valuable knowledge in one place as possible, right? So instead of having to go to different sites, different places, different people, you just come to one place, and everything, whether it's for buying, selling, brokering, selling to end users, building decentralized websites, um, negotiating, anything, everything related to ENS. Like the idea is to really save you time, right? Like we're also pressed for time, and to really provide access to the right people in terms of experts from different areas, and it's like free, right? Like basically everything is free. There's no advertising on the site. We don't have sponsors. I mean, this is really something we've built for the community. The idea that we can all contribute a little bit and everybody benefits in the whole. Like, so for me, like, it's something that I kind of view it as my like daily dashboard. I go there, see what are the new posts, what's the new information, who are the new people that have joined, and we really want to see this as a thriving, vibrant community.
Yeah, I love it, y'all. For my personal feedback, I think this is great because we all talk about building, we all talk about everybody playing their part, we all talk about doing something for the community, and I think ENS Academy, James as well, those two guys, they're doing a phenomenal job with helping push this space forward education wise. Now they're building a platform to help spread news, knowledge. So I'll always be in support of that. Shout out to y'all because it takes us, it takes you, it takes everybody in this space right now to keep on building. So I'll be supporting the platform whenever you guys want to continue to drop updates about it and keep the community informed. Please feel free to come on stage and do that. I support it 100%. NFT verse, you wanted to comment on that real quick?
Yeah, just to chime in a little bit. No, I really like the format of that. It really it looks super clean when you look at it from an organizational or organized perspective from a web page, and then you can see who's interacting and who last interacted with it. I really like it. I'll definitely be providing some input on that particular page when once you guys launch. I think it's great. I think anybody in the community who's been in the community for a while, I think people would benefit from hearing from perspectives in that particular platform from all of us. I think we got to keep the community together, continue to push each other, and continue to support one another. Everything that everybody's building.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. We appreciate you all. We're really inspired by all of what you do, and we're just trying to give back. This community, the ENS community, has been the best community I've ever been part of. It's unbelievable. Everyone here is so generous and helpful. So, anyways, thank you. And we did launch NFTverse. It's live now, so you can create a register and then you can post.
Nice, awesome. Thank you, guys. Let's go ahead and over to Crypto Reporter. The stage is yours, man.
Hey everybody, what's going on? Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Kev, NFT, Gary, Master. Master started it off ENS happy hour a little early, but that's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Wanted to touch on some things you guys were saying earlier today, and I feel like this is very important, which is the fact that we are growing, as you can see, as a community. We're starting to get articles out there. We are starting to get major networks starting to look at us now. In fact, I think it's kind of, I'm not superstitious. I'm not, I'm trying to figure out the word for it, the conspiracy theorist, but it's kind of interesting because I think it was like maybe, in fact, I'm looking on chain right now. If you go to OpenSea, right? It was like 4 days ago that Yahoo Finance got sold for 1 ETH. And crazy how, as soon as that happened, 2 days, 3 days later, you get like a couple articles out about Yahoo Finance. The same person who bought it is now selling it for 18 ETH. And it ends, I want to say, it says January 22nd, 2023. So I'm thinking by that time, oh yeah, they're definitely going in that direction. They see it out there. And in fact, they have it set out for a year, right? And we've already seen what's happened in the span of like 3-4 months in this space. So I think that thing is going to get purchased, whether it is by the business itself or by a collector. Someone's going to purchase that joker. But I forgot where I was going with this, but I wanted to say that there are key things happening in this space now. We've seen at least 500,000 people, like unique wallets with a .eth. It may just be us. Who knows? It may just be us degens out here, just with different wallets. But one thing I can say though is that this space is going at a rate where we're starting to get attention, and the more attention we draw, the more the collectors, the flexers, the average people, right? They're gonna see this as their gateway. They're going to see this as their entry point into Web3. In fact, we've already seen with companies that this is their, as soon as you get a company that wants to go into Web3, what do? They get their .eth. They signal to the rest of the world, hey, we are in this now. We are in this Web3 universe. So I'm just really, really excited of how early we are, because now we get to form. These people in here right now are really impactful in the space, to a point where I don't think that you guys know how impactful you guys are yet, because you are just that early. So just to everybody, keep doing what you're doing. DJing out. I would say, build content, build upon what you have, because oh, good God, we have not seen anything yet. I really believe we have not seen anything yet. But thank you, Kev, for having me speak, and look forward to everybody discussing whatever they're discussing.
Thank you. I think that was very, very, very well said about we haven't seen anything yet. It's still early. We're still very early here, and I think the biggest thing I seen somebody tweet yesterday. The biggest thing in the ENS game is stamina, is patience. Right? Let's not burn ourselves out. Let's have a little bit of fun with it. You know what I'm saying? And Master Hall says, don't stop check. I try not to check, ENS vision every day and this, that, and the third, because you don't want to burn yourself out, right? You don't want to, be in it so much that you burn yourself out and you miss the real bull run in 2024 and 2025, right? Because guys, ladies and gentlemen, we have a long way to go. We've come a long way for sure. We're way better along than where we was a year ago. A year ago, there was no ENS spaces. People weren't really talking about ENS like that. There was a couple of early adopters who was collecting, and you could probably get so much gems a year ago, right? But now we're talking about a year later, and there's a real community here. We have a 500,000 unique wallets. So let's not burn ourselves out, y'all. We have a long fucking way to go. But Kenzie, my man, Kenzie, Sky.eth is a true grail, brother. Welcome to the stage. How you doing? Kenzie, you there? Earth to Kenzie.
He's in the closet.
Oh, okay.
Another one in the closet.
All right. Brought Kenzie back up. In the meantime, I do want to. There you go. What's up?
Sorry, can you hear me, Kev? Sorry, mate.
Yes, mate.
All right, mate. No, I mean, just what you were saying before, I just feel like it feels like a calm before the storm with these sort of news articles and media coming out. I'd sooner see them than sort of these high bids, because obviously with the bids, we have no idea whether they're real or not. But, sort of the mainstream media, giving this attention is certainly a good sign in this space. Also, I wanted to put up a poll, if that's okay, with 00 coins. Let me just try and find it here, if you don't mind. I'm being asked to say that if you guys can vote for a poker lobby, Zero would be very grateful if that's possible. I'm just going to pin it up now.
I voted for Poker Lobby.
Yeah, no.
Time out. You guys got to vote for the pokers with the spades. Kenzie's over here. He didn't take his old man medicine yet. So his vitamins didn't kick in yet. So he's a little forgetful here.
But personally, I think I like Poker Lobby better, though, to be honest, man. I don't know. I feel like if they have one spade, then I'll probably vote for Poker Spade. But I don't know. I like Poker Lobby better, man.
Yeah.
I put the worst one out because I have them in all different versions. So the one with the spades, you guys should be voting on. The Poker Lobby, I don't even know what that means. What is Poker Lobby? How do you use that thing?
There's actually
I think it's.
Go on. Sorry.
I was gonna say. Yeah, I was gonna say. I think the poker lobby is when, after you lose at the poker table, you go sit in the lobby and have a drink. So I don't know.
That is true. Ken's is there all the time. So yeah, that's why he picked up the name.
Obviously, there could be a random gift for any voter of Poker Lobby, donated by 00 coins. But yeah.
Well, let me ask you this: what's the wager on the line for whoever wins this vote?
Pride.
$1. With me and Ken's bet $1 daily on odd things. So I'm up $4 this week, but it cost him $1.18 to send that $4 this week. So I'm pretty happy.
Yeah.
Of the 8-0. I was just saying this, man. And the other like three spaces ago, OpenSea was building during the bear, right? They were building during the bear, and then when the opportunity presented itself, they absolutely went parabolic in this last bull run. And I had the random thought that I feel like ENS Vision is kind of like that just a bit, right? You guys are building during the bear, you guys are constantly improving, you guys are doing what you have to do. And when the opportunity presents itself, who knows? I'm not saying it could be OpenSea, probably could be bigger than OpenSea, smaller. I don't know, man. But what I do know is builders will get rewarded, especially in the next bull. So keep to you and the whole team, brother. I know you're just more so out there helping out, but to the devs, to you, everybody else out there, keep building, man. When the opportunity presents itself, you guys will be on the front lines of that for the brand you guys are building in this community. So shout out to y'all, brother.
I appreciate that. And I think the timing is just by coincidence as well. Like Vision didn't plan on being I don't think Vision itself saw this becoming this large, and we're just starting. So I'll give it a year, maybe 2 years, and let's see where it takes us. But I think it was just coincidental, the timing, and it's very very good. We appreciate all the support, especially the founders, and Furion and LCFR. Those guys are the rock behind everything in Vision. So all the credit goes to them. But you're right, Kev. I agree with you 100%.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's keep the show moving right along. Y'all vote on the poll up top. Poker spade or poker lobby. We'll keep it moving to my boy ENS Punks. Good morning, man.
Hey, GM Kev. So I figure I'd talk about the Yahoo articles a little bit, but with this poll, it did remind me, like, look, it's Friday. We got the Friday night happy hour, of course, so we're going to be extra forgetful over the weekend. But the ENS grants, the public goods grants, where our guy 5159.eth for hosting this space Monday through Friday. There's a proposal for him for a public goods grant, and there will be 5 winners of 1 ETH each. And that grant will close on Sunday midnight. So, I just figured take this opportunity to mention it one last time in this spaces. And, again, just support, the community. And that doesn't necessarily mean voting for Kev, but I would, of course, encourage you to do that. But it does mean getting involved, reading all the proposals, and supporting the proposal you like the best. And also, again, it's organic. This is round 1. It's a brand new platform. There's going to be additional rounds, so you get involved, and what that also includes is some feedback and say, hey, next round, maybe instead of just voting for one proposal, maybe we do ranked voting. Nick.eth himself has already given some feedback, and it looks like they're going to implement that. Whether they'll be able to kind of get that in by round 2, it's unknown. So, again, it is one of those things that we are the community, like Gary says, we are the DAO. It's our opportunity to get involved. So please, I encourage everybody to do that. Moving on to the more fun stuff, I think, is the Yahoo articles. Going to the Yahoo article number 1, I think 2 things were kind of interesting. One, there's a quote by a girl in there. Her name is Samantha Yap, I believe. And, I had never seen that name before. And I thought, this is interesting. Somebody, from the ENS community I've never really seen before in our spaces, anything. But she's essentially quoted as saying, .eth is the new .com. And, not only do I agree with that, I'd probably expand on that a little bit. Not only is it the new .com, but, it does so much more, is the reality and the truth. But since I had never seen that name, I thought, well, let me check it out. And so sure enough, her name was not registered. I registered it, did a little tweet. I got some support from the queens because they're always looking for additional women to join the space. I think, You look at all the speakers up here, a lot of gentlemen folk. So I think from the queens being encouraging, the men have to also sort of encourage onboarding of additional women. So I'll probably pin that to the top. And again, it's one of those things. I let her know, hey, I got your name. I'd love to gift it to you. And then we want the queens are going to invite her if she takes the name to a space, and maybe she'll be a future queen. So the other thing, again, kind of more fun maybe than onboarding even, is everybody loves the prices. So one thing from that early article, some of us know, some of us probably didn't, unless you read the article, and then some of us probably haven't read that article yet. Yahoo.eth, it has already received a $1 million bid. It was done in USD or USDC, I suppose. And, that's not a small number, right? That would be a big bid. Who was it? Was it Yahoo themselves? Was it somebody else? It's still sort of a mystery. Our guy, Crypto Reporter, he was reporting on some very interesting things. If you heard him talking earlier in the space about, he even went out of his way to say he might, he doesn't know what word to use, but he threw out conspiracy theorist. And I would not go that far. Look at what's taken place. And, I mentioned it yesterday, and I said yesterday, unfortunately, I got to keep it a little cryptic, and I've still got to do that. But I'm really going to kind of lay my cards on the table, kind of inspired by 00 and Kenzie's poll up top, poker related. I'm going to lay the cards down. And so everybody knows, right? Yahoo, you've heard the story. I talk about this story. I probably got 2 domains I think are worth or anything. One of them is geocities.eth. And I was able to secure the GeoCities trademark with it since Yahoo's trademark expired back in 2020. And, well, Yahoo bought GeoCities in 1999 when GeoCities was the 3rd biggest website in the world. They bought it in a deal for stock over $3 billion. So that is one of those Silicon Valley unicorns. But Yahoo, big tech in the day, they did what big tech does. They ended up shutting it down. And so I won't get into all that. But kind of as a take, if you heard me talk yesterday, I told you I don't live in a world where Web 2 companies, IBM.com is coming in and taking down, doing these IP takedown requests for IBM.eth. I live in a world where you might own, let's say, geocities.eth and take down geocities.com. So, it is a lot less cryptic than yesterday, but that's still very cryptic. What does that even mean? Well, I think we're going to see soon enough. And so to expand on that, who knows who did that $1 million bid? Maybe it was Yahoo and Yahoo.com. But again, it's great. We want that. We want the big players coming in. Make no mistake, we're not just taking over overnight like 5159 says often. It's going to be slow at first and then all at once. But again, I'm already living in this future. I'm living in a future where we take them down. I'm living in a future where Web 2 companies are not buying our ENS names, where our community of ENS holders is buying web2.coms. So that's where I'm living. And I want all of you to join me. It's a mindset. But, again, yesterday was a little bit more cryptic. Today I'm putting the cards down on the table. It's still, I can't give it all away yet. But what I would say is, you've seen Sean Murray do it. I know Gary's talked about it. But, you can bring DNS names into ENS. So just potentially as an example, what I'm talking about, imagine an ENS name buying out a historic DNS name and then bringing that historic DNS name into ENS. So something potentially down the road like 5159.geocities.com that is a fully functional ENS wallet. That's what I'm talking about. And I think, that's hopefully the future and what I think, I hope to open some eyes and minds about what's really possible, what's really going on, and you know where this thing. It's not even where it's going. It's really where we are already. So it relates exactly to that first Yahoo article where Samantha Yap said, you know, is ET.ETH the new .com? And she said yes, but not only do I agree with that, like I said, it really is so much more. And you know, I think we're really going to kind of have a wake up call and see some things in the near future that really kind of demonstrates what that really means in practice in terms of how much bigger, how much more utility ENS names have over traditional DNS names.
Hey, ENS punks, you know what? You are always the number one, my beloved lawyer friend, and you will always have my unconditional support, regardless of if I'm conscious or drunk. Thanks a lot. So happy to have you as our community. Yeah, appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Master.
Guys, ladies and gentlemen, I wish we had Floss in here, but Flossin is working. But we do have some breaking news here. A little bit of breaking news. I just pinned it to the top. Snapchat to roll out NFT integration by end of August. Now, 99% of people in this room probably don't use Snapchat, but that is okay because Snapchat is used by the younger generation. Snapchat is probably used from a demographic of age, let's say 10 to, I'll probably say 22 years old, right? It's happening. This is what it looks like. This is what mass adoption begins to look like. Snapchat is nowhere near the conglomerate it used to be, but they still have a share in the social media market. Let's not forget, Meta is still going to be rolling out their NFTs. That includes Instagram, Facebook, right? YouTube still has plans to roll out their Web3 plan. This is what it looks like. To me, this is when ENS names are going to be valuable. That is when we're going to see the real ENS boom. That's when we're going to be rewarded for being this early. What do I mean by this? All these platforms have a combined millions, if not billions of users. Snapchat, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, definitely combined billions of users. And when all these platforms go full NFT integration, there is no denying when people are interacting with NFTs on these platforms every single time they open them. There's no way in hell you could tell me that ENS names are not going to be valuable. People are not going to want to flex their ENS names the same way people are flexing, blue check marks on Instagram or, buying fake followers or it's all social status. It's all a social signal of wealth or being cool or wanting to be liked. I think we're our best days are way ahead of us. But let's go to Yoga. Yoga, the stage is yours, man.
Hey, that's some good news to lead off of. Thank you. I have three things to mention. I got a question for Zero from the ENS.Visions. Great tool. Congratulations. I know you guys are working way hard, which I appreciate. We all do. When are we going to have multi-sig ability to sell NFTs or these ETHs, which are NFTs? I think we should have a tool, hot or not. Not that you guys should build it, just that you guys were talking about which name's better. And the news from our friend at ENS Punks about, pushing back, I like it. So much so, it's funny, I have Yahoo.eth, but spelled backwards. So, OOH, Yahoo spelled backwards. And I think the idea of your GeoCities with the subdomains as membership, brilliant. That's what I'm looking into. I love it.
On the multi-sig, if it's possible in the future, and we can integrate it, obviously we would do everything we can for security. There's a lot of new features we're rolling out weekly. I understand the community is waiting, like notifications, bulk listing. We put the sweep in, upgrade to the registration, bulk registration, bundles, auctions, and whatnot. So they'll all slowly be integrated. As far as multi-sig, we would probably take a look at anything that's feasible. Multi-sig is a very powerful tool, and I'm a big component on multi-sig.
Awesome. Thank you for that answer. And like I said, community appreciates your hard development efforts. No says Safe. They're now called Safe. They're probably the leaders in doing a multi-sig. So just as a PSA to anyone out there who holds your grails, do it smartly. But I think there's a way, a somewhat simplified way. I think it's just putting a line of code in the header. I'm hoping it's as simple as that, because when I go to try add any third-party apps, there's a way of plugging in the URL in the input box, and I click OK, and then it just resolves. So just wanted to share that, but thank you.
Let me add on to that. We understand that there's a couple of safes or wallets that use multi-sig. We pretty much looked at every possible one that we can implement. So I don't think it's just as easy as plugging it in. On another note, I have a project with Bloom and Dylan. We also use multi-sig with 7 keys and 7 keys backed up. So it's not like we're not familiar with multi-sig. It just has to be implemented in a correct fashion where the masses can understand it as well. I think that will take a little bit of time, but absolutely, if we can implement something like that, there's no reason why we couldn't, we wouldn't.
I appreciate it. And, when I say these things, it should be something as simple. I know it's never that simple. I'm in the industry. I know. I just try to always be on the lighthearted side of it.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, and it's a great suggestion. So it's already in our minds. So anything possible to better secure our platform or our users, absolutely, we would be 100% behind that.
Awesome. Thank you.
Hey, real quick before we go to back to the speaker panel, Zero, just a quick question. I know that you have some things that you've been working on with Dylan test account, Satoshi test account. Would there possibly be a point in time where you guys? I know you're building Web3 websites, but a website where let's just say, for instance, I have a parent subdomain that I would like to create a website where I can kind of push out there where people can create their own subdomains off of that parent domain. Are you guys doing or going to be able to create websites like that from your current project that you're doing?
So let me answer that in 2 parts. One, Vision will have a subdomain market. Exactly what you're saying. You pick a root domain, and then you make a subdomain off of that, and then the seller can determine the price. I think Gary summed it up very well and eloquently in a few spaces and a few of his posts. So if you search a few of his tweets, you can find a lot of information too. Aside from Vision, so we do have a business, a company called We Finance, which is myself, Bloom Capital, and Dylan Satoshi. So we do have one sector where we build websites. Another sector is a token arcade, and another sector is the We Finance, where you make it's like layaway. You make payments towards your ENS names, which all of these projects rely on a subdomain. So if we're building a site and you want something a little more intricate, yes, we can build it for you. It'll take a little more time, but as of now, we're building basic websites. So in one of my giveaways this week is we'll build you a website. The winner will get a .eth site, a simple cover page, something that would, you can direct your potential buyers to that site. Nothing major, but at least it's something that you can showcase your .eth name. So one of the giveaway prizes is that.
Thanks, Zero. Appreciate it, man.
I got a quick question for you, Zero. Your all your efforts, they resonate with the community. They've been helping us a lot, from financing and Anna's vision and everything you've been doing. The question is, regarding Ian's vision, do you think that for the person or the same wallet that has multiple domains. Is there any plans in the future to add like bulk record editing for multiple domains at the same time? Do you have it in plans, or do you know if the team is working on something like that? For example, you want to update, the records for 10 different domains that you own, in bulk. That's my question.
That's actually a cool
So,
idea.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Gary.
Oh no, I was just giving that a second. I'm just thinking like, geez, it would be cool just to select a bunch of names and just fix the controllers and fix the the Ethereum address, or to delete old records. That is like such a basic cool idea.
Yeah, Gary. I'm sorry, Zeros, but like, why I'm thinking that, because a lot of people been purchasing stuff over the secondary, and most of the time the lot of records are not set correctly, and if you want to do it, it takes a lot of time. That's all. Like, I don't care about saving the fees, a couple of pennies here and there, but more of a time consuming if you have hundreds of domains or something like that. That's all.
So let me answer that part. LCFR is the one that created the bulk registration, and he's working on a lot of stuff behind the scenes. What I can do is have him make a post, or I can make a post on exactly what you're saying. For me, it'd be beneficial because I own a gazillion names, but most of my names are for resale, so I'm not really too concerned about the record setting. But the ones that I do want to hold, yeah, it would be a very good tool to have. So I can bring that up. Yeah, that's not a problem. Let me ask, and then he can make a tweet about it.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Thank
if you think about it, GoDaddy. I mean, you guys are like really replacing GoDaddy, because these are all basic features that GoDaddy has. GoDaddy has bulk register. GoDaddy has bulk edit. GoDaddy. They have all these add-on things where you can add a website. You know what I mean? So it's like ENS Vision, slow and steady. I mean, geez, I think it's going to look really obvious in retrospect, but you guys are visionaries on the vision.
I appreciate it. And Gary,
ENS visionary.
yeah, Gary, I think you'll be in for a lot of surprises in the near future. It's just the sheer amount of add-on features that's going to be on the site is just mind-boggling. But we will put a couple on a week, or so we don't overload ourselves and make sure everything works perfect. But what's going to be added on is just mind-boggling to me.
Love it, love it, love it, love it, guys. Yeah, very exciting times ahead, right? This just shows the innovation, the growth, the adoption that is happening. You just go back 6 months. Go back 6 months to January, right, or February. None of this was being discussed. None of this was being talked about. We weren't thinking this way, right? So I'm just excited to see what the next 12 months bring us. I'm very excited for the growth of ENS Vision, for this community, for all of us. Let's go to 9396. The stage is yours, brother.
Hello, everyone. Big respect to the panel, the speakers, each one of you on the spaces. I wanted to say, like, on maybe lighter note, that I had to step back for a few days, restart my working out regime, take care of myself, because burning out in this space, just like you said, Kev, is it's a real thing, and you can get burned out, and you can just get too deep into this stuff, and instead of progressing and moving ahead, you're just staring blankly at the screen, and no ideas pop up in your head. So to avoid that, I had to step back. I've spent like 3 or maybe even 4 months in the space constantly, and I was aware that I'm balancing on the edge, but I thought that it is a crucial and a very important moment in development of Web3 and ENS. So I was very conscious about picking up those months and just, devoting myself to exploring, learning, and progressing also with you guys, because this space has always been a huge source of knowledge and support. But when I stepped back for those 2 or 3 days now, I went back to my businesses and my entertainment profiles on social networks, because I release art and music in real world. And God, I was almost like I hit the wall, because the difference between those spaces is growing huge, and the distance is getting bigger and bigger. It's like almost not possible to understand people when you go back to this traditional social media. It lacks hope, it lacks energy, it lacks any sort of direction forward. And even when you try to mention some of those things that are on daily basis present in this ENS space, there is so much, aggression, so much just trolling and hating, that it's really something that it's not a pleasant experience at all. And since I'm launching a project in the next couple of months, that is gonna be an album, and the title it will be an ENS domain. I'm not saying the name, but it's gonna be ending in .eth. So this is my idea to onboard people who are almost like in this hostile environment. So everybody who will be purchasing some music and some merch will be given a subdomain to this main title of the album. So we'll give like a collector subdomain to fans of the project. And it's like a gentle way of of welcoming them in this space, because I'm aware that you cannot save everyone in web 2. There is just so the difference is just getting bigger and bigger, but you can save some people. So this is my idea of just bringing it forward to some music fans. And I wanted to invite you guys tonight. I'm holding a space with beautiful and great host 5459, and we'll be discussing the issues of identity crisis on the edge of Web 2 and Web 3, because it's like I felt it myself. Like the last 2 days, I was like, oh man, I belong in ENS. I want to go back. I miss you guys. I miss this space where nobody is bringing the other person down. This is the worst thing in Web 2. People are so used to bringing the others down and not really building you up and encouraging you to develop things, to be brave with even if you're not really a tech savvy person. I'm not, but you can try and you can build things, and there is a lot of guys around here who can help you, encourage you. So I just wanted to give you all love and respect, because we are having something very, very unique and very, very precious, that is almost not existent in real world and in the typical social media of the old days, I would say. So yeah, with that said, big up everyone.
Nice. Thank you, 9396. I look forward to I'll probably stop by your spaces tonight as well, y'all. So go ahead and support 9396 on that. Crypto reporter, the stage is yours, man. Crypto reporter, you there?
Hey, can you guys hear me? There we go. Okay, yeah, that's better. Yeah, I just wanted to touch on a couple of things that you guys were saying, but I think that it is really, really awesome to see that the people in the community are building not just separate products, but kind of like building it all together in a sense as well. Shout out once again to Zero. Like I said, man, oh my gosh, like as soon as I was learning about ENS, that's when I learned about bulk registration. And since that tool, like I'm thinking, okay, this is it. And to see what you guys have done in like half the time, like in the span of this amount, I'm really excited to see that. So I'm also excited to see that, you know, you guys are combining forces between you and I think what's it called? Bloom Daddy. I forgot Habibi. Um, and I'm excited to see what you guys are able to do with the easy finance. I think that is going to be actually spectacular. You guys are creating that, you're taking that playbook that GoDaddy had and literally recreating it for the Web3 world, except for this time it's going to be so much more powerful. And it's blowing my mind. I mean, you go to escrow.com right now and you take a look at like the developer side or like the feedback, and who else is what there but Michael Seiger, you know? It's like escrow.com is one of the most trusted escrow services out there in the domain name industry. You guys are recreating that for Web3, and you have the top people in the space creating side by side together, making that moat. I call that, that business term of creating that moat. You guys are recreating that, and I think that's awesome. I'm excited to be able to talk to you tomorrow. Oh my gosh, yeah, I'm just mind blown, man. But yeah, I'm gonna step down from this podium. In fact, I'm gonna probably go into the listener corner. But just thank you guys.
Yeah, crypto reporter suits you so much, man. You know, better than the Web3 intern. Yeah, I appreciate it.
Gotta upgrade.
Yeah,
Gotta upgrade.
good one. The reporter is good. I like it, bro. We do have ENS digital on the stage. If you wanted to add on or bring up anything, bro, the stage is yours.
Hey, what's going on, ENS fam? It's ENS Digital here, aka Mr. 935. Thanks for having me on. I do really like these spaces. You know, sorry I got on late. I was with a customer. They're in finance right now, so I'm going to go ahead and just gotta get on and say hi to everybody. Hope everyone's having a great Friday. Just excited for the future. I did, hear about ENS Vision, bulk registration. Have not used it yet, but definitely see something that I will be using here shortly. I love the platform, man. The Web3, as far as the retail side, compared to OpenSea, I utilize both. But, I do like the ENS Vision. Works pretty well. Last night, I had to kind of share with you a little bit. I sold one of my numbers, my 4 digits, but I do plan on getting some back here in the future. But I just need a little bit of liquid. But one of the things I wanted to use is the ENS Vision sweep floor. So that was super sick. I got to be a part of that. And, I saw the four, on Arabic 4 digits. And I was just like, you know what? Like, let me get some of these because I was wanting to do that and see how it worked. And it worked phenomenal. So if you guys haven't used that sweep, man, it's good within the next couple of weeks to months, man. People will be sweeping floors, so you better hurry up. But the neat thing about that, it had like different platforms from OpenSea, ENS Vision, Raribles, and you were able to get it all, and it worked really it worked great for me. So thank you for ENS Vision for doing that. Just wanted to say hi to everyone. Hope everyone's having a great day. Just look forward to all the positive stuff's going to happen for us all. And if you guys own any ENS, congratulations, you made it. This is something that we're definitely a part of, and it's going to continue to grow and, to the masses come out. So right now, you guys are in early. So it's like, be thankful, for every day for, about ENS. I mean, it's the next biggest thing that the internet came on. So this is it. We finally made it to something we're a part of. And I'm just excited for each and every one of you. If you guys ever have any questions, give me a holler. But thanks again, 5159, for having me on. And all the speakers up here that I missed today. I'm just here to help other people's elevate to get to the next level in life. And let's win this year and the next coming years. So thanks for having me on. And, I look forward to next week and forever and ever. You guys hear me all right or no?
Yeah, what kind of car is that, bro?
What's that?
What kind of car is that?
Oh, somebody pulled out a GMC Sierra. Yeah, I'm just outside out here, and that was just somebody else's vehicle, not mine. Later on, maybe when I get that Lambo, I'll share some pictures when I get it. We'll make it louder for you.
I was like, damn, he gives a good speech and he rides into the sunset.
Yeah, yeah. I'm just excited, man. This whole ENS stuff gets me going, especially these spaces, man. It gets like I'm getting like chills right now just talking about this stuff, and I'm pretty sure some of you guys are too, because it's like it's one of those things, man. It's like, whew, all these different tools coming along, all these different products, we're able to utilize, and just so many things are being minted. There's still stuff out there being, created. One of the things I just got recently into was this Mr. 999 Club, just having that identity of holding your area code and rather being a Mister or Mrs. or Miss or even a doctor. Like, I just think as far as handles, I think that's something really neat to have, in geological area codes. So I noticed 5159. You from Florida too, as
Yes,
well?
sir. Born and raised.
I lived in Orlando. I lived out there. I used to go to Starbucks all the time off of somewhere in Kissimmee, like Hunters Creek area. I was there for like 7 years, and that's pretty neat. Orlando is one of my cities. I lived there for like 4 years. Lived in Jacksonville for 3, and all sorts. Now right now I'm actually in the state of Indiana, so that's where I'm at. But I like Florida. It's really good. Um, yeah, I don't think I have Mister 321, but if I do, 5159, it's yours, I guess. Right? You want to represent Orlando? I'm not forgiving. I just like giving. It's the best feeling. If I have that one, that's yours. I have a bunch. I may have that. If I don't have it, sorry. But if I do have it, that's gonna get gifted to you. Just from me to you. Just to be part of this area code. I mean, you are Mister 321, right? Yeah, I'm a check, and hopefully I do. I'll get back with you. So,
Hell,
yeah, get some.
appreciate that, man.
Nice guys. Have a good weekend. Yeah, let's keep on moving, and let's keep the spirits high and positive vibes, and let's keep that positive mental attitude at all costs. All that negative stuff that people will talk to you about, put it on your shoulder, brush it off, move forward. Let's turn these visions that we have in our minds into reality. Because success is literally a thought process. In order to succeed, you must think of it before it happens, and you just got to take action. So, one love, it's a pleasure. Thanks for having me. Can't wait for next week in the future. I'm out.
Yeah, that was the real alpha right there. Success is nothing but a thought process. I love that, bro. That was really good. That's the alpha for the day, y'all. Dream it. If you could dream it, you can achieve it. So they say. I just added 2 new speakers to the stage. You want to add something else? ENS Digital.
No, no, yeah, you're right. If you can believe it, you can achieve it. I love it. That just gave me a really big goosebumps. So I appreciate that. Amen. I'm good. Woo!
All right, let's go to .eth, Infinity Mint .eth, and we'll probably call this one a day right after this. Probably got to grab some lunch here.
Good morning, and thank you for choosing me to close it out. I go by at Metaverse Josh on Twitter. I know some of you guys. I'm in different spaces. I have been also just enamored with what is possible to build with Web3 and very specifically ENS, and approaching it from a tools perspective, just like the most brilliant people in the space. And I think that when it comes down to it, it's an infinity of what's possible with ENS and NFTs, and how that can change business models, how it can change literally the way that we perceive everything from numbers. Because who cared about area codes during mobile and during the social media expansion, right? But now with ENS, you see clubs dedicated to 3 numbers, and it being a huge part of a culture and a community that's like building the future of the web. And I came up because I wanted to push back a little bit in terms of everything is possible. We can think and talk about anything. The thought process is cool, but you have to build it. You fucking have to build it. You got to write it down. You got to create consensus. You got to make friends, and you got to build it. That is the true key to success, I feel. So that's why I think folks like 00 Coins, ENS Vision, who didn't, showed up about 6 months ago or so, maybe a little bit more than that in this space. But these folks have been at it for a while. And now there's relevance because they're providing value and tools to the community in expansion. And it's a beautiful thing to see. So everything can be built, but you got to build it. You got to actually write it down and do it. But yeah, love you guys. Thank you and good morning.
Thank you. NFT verse, go ahead, bro.
Yeah, real quick, I just wanted to touch on his point that he made about area codes and that they, nobody really may not have paid attention to them early on. But I do want to say that if you listen to Ludacris, he does have a song called Area Codes. That's an amazing song if you ever want to take a listen to it. It talks about all types of area codes. So, hey, I say that to say, let me tell you why I say that. I say that to say you never know how things come back around again. It's interesting to see cycles happen when you step back and zoom out if you pay attention. That's all I'm going to say to that.
Homies were talking about GeoCities earlier, and I'm so old. I lived through that phase, and to think about it making even a symbolic comeback to now touch the minds of like many boomers. Right, they're going to understand GeoCities. They're going to understand Yahoo, even though I think Yahoo is a very relevant brand at this point. It is good to see that they're trying to speak to the modern thing, right? Like, but it does feel a little bit like Forbes writing about EDM, which is just weird to me. But at the end of the day, people can change, and if Yahoo is going to embrace Web3, let's see it, and let's see the articles have features and quotes from people that would never let their ENS domain go unregistered, and not be as fortunate to have kind people like ENS punks register it for them and give it to them gratis. Like that's what I'd like to see. I'd like to see some of y'all quoted in these articles moving forward, because frankly, everybody in here understands fundamentally like how to communicate this space forward, and we need that voice in the traditional media as well, not just their traditional tech sources or friends. Anyway, good morning.
And maybe too, just I'll let you go, Bashar, really quick, just to touch on GeoCities. What if GeoCities was before its time, and the time is now for the GeoCities to really take off into what we like to see is Web3 in the metaverse? I mean, those are the types of things that I think about. That's where my brain goes. I mean,
I love that thinking, because consistently you hear, especially from vets, right, folks who served in Web 0 to now, you consistently hear the web was supposed to be something different. We were supposed to do it a different way, and this is how it turned out. And now, because of Web3, we have the opportunity to, write it back, which is dope as fuck.
Definitely. Bashar, go ahead.
Yeah, man. I just wanted to add one more thing. Just remember, y'all, I've seen a lot of people who are unfortunately very, very mean in this space, very rude to everybody, bringing their negative energy to everybody. That's on them. I don't care about them. I'm staying in my own lane, right, personally. But just remember, y'all, like, this is not a zero-sum game, and I wish abundance for all. And that's what I'm aiming for. Always will stand for. Always, okay? Have a great Friday, y'all.
Yeah, you too, Bashar.
Hey, 5159, you hear me, everybody?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, so just to let you know, I don't have Mr. 321, which I believe that was the Orlando area code. Is that where you at?
Yes, sir.
Guess what? I got Dr. 321, baby. So welcome to the 999 Club. You're gonna, if it's cool with you, you may have this as a gift. It's gonna be Doctor 321. So yeah, man, I just that's what I got for you. All right, it's my present. I'll get at you later this evening when I get off work in like 12 hours or something, 10 hours.
All right. No worries, brother. So much, man.
Cool. All right, you're welcome.
I love this guy, man.
Kev, isn't 407 Orlando too?
You
Yeah.
know what? I think so too. So I don't even know if I have that one, but I probably don't. If it's out there, get it, guys. You could be Mr. 407. Or if I do have it, you can have it, whoever said that. Woo!
Hey, it's Friday, y'all. Listen, ladies and gentlemen. It's Friday. This is supposed to be a chill day, chill work day for me. Right tonight, I'm what I'm tonight. I'll probably be stopping by, tuning into the ENS Happy Hour, hosted by the NFT Verse tonight. But man, this was a long week for me. I'm happy. I'm actually happy the week is done. Right, I got to enjoy this weekend, work on some personal things, and get my mind right and get back aligned and back together for a whole nother week of ENS. And I want to wish everybody a happy August. We're starting a new month of the year. We should be very grateful for that, right? A lot of people didn't make it to see this far in life, and we did. So be happy, be grateful, be excited, register some gems, buy some gems off the secondary, look through ENS Vision, have fun. And with that being said, 5159 is have some lunch. So I'm out of here, man. Peace.